Hello everyone. So welcome back to my channel. So before we start today, I just wanted to say a big thank you for giving such a positive response in the first episode of this new playlist. So even today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Disha Bhalakia. So she has a very different perspective in the field of optometry. So currently she is working in Parks Eye Center, which is located in Nairobi, Kenya. So even I am so excited to share. I'm so excited to know her journey, how she is working over there, and what's the difference between Indian optometry practice and African optometrist practice. So without any further delay, let's invite her and let's get started. Hello, Disha. Welcome to this second episode of my new podcast series. So before we start, can you please help us with your current work profession?
Hi everyone, I'm Disha Bhalakia. I work at Park Eye Center in Nairobi, Kenya. Currently working with an ophthalmologist, Dr. Bhaiji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So before,
Mm.
okay, Disha, so before we explore your more work life, I just wanted to know your optometry experience because for my viewers, I'll just share her 11th and 12th background. She comes from a mathematics background, and usually in India, optometry, like many majority of students are, coming from biology background. So can you please share your like your experience? How was the transition from mathematics to layers of human body?
Okay, so in the first year, it was quite difficult for me. Being from a math background, I had to understand the entire biology chapters. But
Exactly.
for me, there were my friends and faculties who helped me a lot. So that was my first year entirely about the human biology and the eye anatomy. Then the second year was like the visual science, the optics of the eye, and low vision as well. So it was quite, one of my favorite subjects of which is low vision. It was
Exactly.
in the second year, so I was quite interested in that, and
Hmm.
I enjoyed my second year a lot. Even the faculties, they were quite amazing, and they taught us very
Nice.
well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so in third year, we were taught contact lenses, dispensing, and binocular vision. Now, I was more interested in clinical, so contact lenses and binocular vision, I was very lean towards that.
Yeah.
And based on that, I chose my internship place, which is the Lotus Eye Hospital, in which there are all the clinical, what you say,
Specialities and
clinical specialties, right? Like soft contact lenses, the general OPD, the binocular vision, the low vision, everything, everything. So it was quite amazing in my optometry. Like, it was never that I got bored or something. It was always really nice to learn new things, and I'm still learning each and every day. Yeah,
learning is actually lifelong process. So we cannot,
yeah,
judge
that's
based
true.
upon 4 years
That's true.
of academic journey.
True.
Okay, so
Correct.
overall your experience was great in Bachelor's of
Yeah,
Optometry.
it's quite good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Disha. So I feel that your optometry graduation days were like awesome. So the main topic, like which I was waiting for, like why you went to Africa? Like what was the reason, like the main reason behind that? Like, can you please share with us?
Okay, so the main reason behind me coming to Africa was basically my family, because my parents and everybody, they shifted for good to Africa, and we had like almost planned it out that after my graduation I'll be shifting to Nairobi, and
Okay.
I'll start working over there. So that was the only main point, that my thing from moving from India to Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
So
feel
that's the only reason.
okay. Okay. So can you please share your present job experience, like the name of hospital and like your schedule, what all tests you are performing over there, which you may not be able to do in India. Can you please share that part also?
Yeah, okay. Okay, as I mentioned before, I work in Park Eye Center with an ophthalmologist, Dr. Bhaiji. So
Hmm.
my daily work schedule over there is like to perform refractions, to perform the slit lamp eye examinations, then to all the OCT scans, topography, the A scans, B scans, and I also assist Dr. Baiji in the surgery, in
Whoa.
surgeries. I have even performed the cross linking four
Okay.
times.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay.
Yeah. And all the small and big procedures which I can help with, I do that every day. Yeah.
Okay.
And my OPD is around like 40 to 45 patients daily.
Oh, that's great.
So,
That's great.
so yeah, that's my daily work schedule. That's from
Okay.
8:30 to 5 o'clock.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that's great. So I feel that your passion, which was in clinical optometry, so yeah, like you are able
that's
to
true.
fulfill that part in your, this job,
Yeah,
Park Eye Center.
correct.
Correct? Just
Yeah.
yeah. So my next question to you is like, as you have mentioned that you were practicing as an intern in India also, and now you are like working as a professional in Nairobi also. So do you find any difference in practice between these two countries? Like, do you want to highlight some of the key points?
Okay. Honestly, in both of the places, both of the countries, I find it is almost the similar. Just there's a bit of difference, which is like over here, I can prescribe some drugs to the patient. I've even assisted I've even assisted in the cross linking and other surgeries as well.
That's it.
And yeah, that's the only main difference which I found out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So more or less they both are same, like the level of practice, correct? Okay, so my next question to you is like if junior optometrist like if he or she wants to apply to Nairobi for the same clinical job, like what are the procedures to which are important to consider, like
Okay,
hmm,
first and most of all important, there are two ways to apply. One is through recommendation. If a junior can ask their senior, whoever is working in Nairobi, maybe
okay,
they can recommend some of the places where they have vacancies. That's the
exactly.
first point. And the
Hmm,
second point, there are some agencies in India which
okay,
uh, which are for job placements in Nairobi, so they
okay,
can apply through them as well.
okay. So
And the
like
only thing required are the proper documents like your bachelor's certificate and everything.
hmm,
Yeah. And you should be fluent in English. That's the only main requirement because you see the language over here, it's English and Kiswahili. So if we don't know the other language, then English, at
should be
least
mandatory,
we,
yeah, yeah.
we can communicate. Yeah.
So like
So, yeah.
Okay, so talking about English, like, is it necessary to give like English speaking test, like which is like IELTS or TOEFL? Like, is it mandatory over
Uh,
there also, or like it's not?
No, it's not necessary for the IELTS,
Okay,
but we should have a like we should be passed on from a English medium school.
okay, okay, that's important.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
yeah, that's important.
okay. So as you mentioned, there are two steps. Either you request your senior to recommend him or her, or you
Yeah,
contact these
correct,
agencies. Okay.
correct, correct.
Okay, and related to job only, can you please share what are the, starting, expected salary for an, fresher
Okay.
optometrist if we, talk about,
Mm-hmm.
like, what is the range, if I may ask?
Okay, for a clinical optometrist, the range will be around 1 lakh Kenyan shilling to 150 Kenyan shillings.
Okay,
It can depend on experience as well.
definitely, yes.
And for a fresher, he or she wants to join in the retail, then
Mhm.
the starting salary could be like from what you say 150,000
Okay, so as
or
you mentioned that for clinical, it would be range around, on an average would be 1,20,000 shilling,
yeah,
which would be
mm,
equivalent to around 80,000 Indian rupees. Am I correct? Around
yeah,
80,
80 to
85,000.
85 depends on the
Depends on the package. And for clinic
yeah,
clinic for retail, like it's more, correct? It's around,
yeah,
as you mentioned, 1,50,000 to 2,50,000. That would be on an
correct,
average like 1,30,000 Indian rupees. So that's
yeah, that's
average salary package which like offered by for the
per month, per
per
month.
month, obviously per month. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
okay, so you mentioned the difference in clinical practice in India and in Nairobi specifically. So do you find any difference in practice in India retail and retail practice in Nairobi? Like, is there any difference?
Okay, over here in Nairobi, when you work in an optical store or a
Hmm.
showroom, uh, the optometrist is not only constricted to refraction. He
Okay.
even has to do the one has to do the slit lamp examinations. If
Okay.
there's anything like what you say, the conditions which are to be treated by an optometrist, they can
Hmm.
prescribe drugs, they can give some treatments, They have to check the pressures of the eye as well. And
Okay.
it should be like a thorough, complete eye examination. And if the patient is to be referred to a doctor, then we do that also.
Okay. So as you
Yeah. So
mentioned
it's
that
not
clinical
just only about glasses and
glasses.
sunglasses. It's about the patient's health also, eye
Okay.
health to be precise. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what I feel
Mm.
is like clinical practice is more prominent over there as compared to other countries.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true. That's true.
yes.
It's very prominent.
Okay, okay. So one should always consider this point before applying in retail practice also, that they
Applying.
should be thorough
Yeah.
in clinical point.
Their clinical skills. Yeah.
Clinical skills
Mm.
also.
Yeah.
Okay, so we come to the conclusion. Do you have any message for our, upcoming juniors who are like planning to apply to Nairobi? Like, do you have any message or any suggestion which you can share to them?
Okay, for the upcoming optometrist, I would just like to say that
Yeah,
concentrate on your studies,
correct.
thorough your clinical skills, and of
Okay,
course the dispensing as well.
okay.
But for me, I'm always a fan of clinical skills. So
Clinical.
I would just say that.
Yeah. We know that now. Okay. Okay, so I'll just
Uh,
conclude over here. So like thank you, Disha, for your time and for being our guest. So do you have any like recommended email ID where our viewers can approach you for any personal questions or related to Nairobi or anything job in Africa? So can you please share your email?
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So maybe
I'll
we can
send it
drop
to you.
in the
Yeah,
description
yeah.
box where
Yes, we can do that.
juniors or any other person can approach you and they can talk more about.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Okay. Okay, sure. So that's
Okay. Thank you
happy
so much,
episode.
Monin.
Yes,
I
yes.
was I was really pleased that you chose me for this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
really obliged. Thank you so
Okay.
much. And all
So
the best, everyone,
yes,
the
yes.
optometry student. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. So thank
Okay.
you. See you in next episode.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay.